Joining me now is Michael Weiner. I did my commentary tonight on the Worldview Report on the topic of, are we already in a wartime economy? Maybe you didn't catch the commentary. Quick bullet points, and then Michael will respond. And those bullet points include the fact that we have, of course, exploding budgets, deficits. We're going to be about $1 trillion this year, when it comes to the defense budgets, exploding. Fiscal year, this year, $1 trillion. And of course, we still have the conflicts going on in Syria, Ukraine, Venezuela, and of course, what's now happening with Iran. Now, we're $39 trillion. That's our federal debt right now, $39 trillion. And we're spending about $1 trillion a year just on interest. $1 trillion a year just in interest. And when nations go to war, those wars generally are inflationary. And they last longer than most people, expect or plan. Now, President Trump today is saying that we're ready to wrap up the Iranian war. Well, we'll see if that's true. Many people believe that Iran still has thousands and thousands of these $20,000 to $30,000, $20,000 to $30,000 drones. Of course, those are going up against our $1 million Patriot missiles. And of course, those missiles, they include a certain amount of silver in each one. And there's a deficit of silver now. And in fact, history shows that after wars, prices generally go up. This is a matter of fact. Whether it's the Civil War, the Revolutionary War, World War I, prices a lot of times double post-war. We know that we saw the Great Society of Lyndon Johnson, the race to the moon, the Korean War, Vietnam War. All of these things, of course, have caused the debasement of the U.S. currency. And that's one reason why Nixon was forced to close the gold window, because there was going to be a run on the gold vault of America. We haven't learned our lesson. We've continued to fight war after war after war and debase the currency over and over. And of course, we know that a lot of this kinetic war is also more than about bombs. It's also about economic war. And a lot of nations are looking to leave the U.S. dollar. Already, we have many, many countries doing that. As you know, we generally have price oil in the U.S. dollar. But many countries that hold U.S. dollars and then recycle those into treasuries, they don't trust the dollar anymore. They want out. The system's eroding. About 20% of oil trades now are done with non-dollars. And that's down from nearly 95% pre-2018. This is the de-dollarization that's underway. Weaponization, China, Russia, BRICS, Brazil, Russia, China, India. So the question is, where are we going with the debasement of the U.S. currency? We are already in a wartime economy, and many experts are saying $10,000 an ounce gold, that's not out of reason. And then again, silver. That is an industrial metal. There's a deficit for it. It's used in over 2,000 industrial applications. Let's see what Mike Weiner says about this, including the fact, and I think we've played it before, but I want to play it again. The U.S. Senator from Alabama, Tommy Tuberville, who we interviewed back last spring on Capitol Hill, he's saying that a lot of Americans, about 150 million of them, may not see their Social Security checks. Joining me now is Michael Weiner. Michael, welcome back to the broadcast. Thanks for being with us. Are we in a wartime economy already, Michael?
We've been in a wartime economy since Vietnam War. If you want to talk about something significant that all of us can relate to who are still alive right now, in 1967, LBJ spent more money than we had in Fort Knox backed by gold. That's what prompted Richard Nixon to take us off the gold standard, because he spent so much money on the war, they did not have gold to back it up, and the French and other suppliers who were selling us munitions were demanding the gold, and we didn't have it. So that's why we went off the gold standard. That's what prompted it. And we have continually, with all these unnecessary activities that have gone on, have made it go further. Probably one of the biggest ones is when Bush decided that there was, nuclear bombs in Iraq that they never found just because he wanted to get back at the guys who threatened his dad. And we spent trillions on that war and a tremendous amount of lives and loss. So this whole idea, we are in a wartime economy. We've never left it. Obama kept it rolling. Biden kept it rolling. And probably even worse ever than Trump was what they did with Ukraine, because he didn't replace anything. And he kept sending and sending and sending and sending the wrong stuff, it was ridiculous. So we are in it. We're not out of it. Maybe President Trump can get us out of it. I don't disagree with what he's doing in Iran because I don't care for him. But at the end of the day, this debt that we are assuming right now is something that we're living with. The reason why gold is only down right now, and those people who want to buy gold cheap ought to be buying right now, because the only reason the gold market hasn't exploded right now is because the dollar has gone way up. Why has the dollar gone way up? Because everybody else's currency has gone way down because of the oil crisis right now. In Europe and in China, all these other countries, their currencies have gone down and the dollar has gone up. That'll reverse itself. When it does, you'll see gold pop up very quickly. As far as silver goes and silver usage, the only reason silver is down is because of manipulation by people like Chase Bank, who got caught shorting the market, which brought it down a few weeks ago, and then getting out of the market, the same trouble they got into in England. So we've got the same big boys in the background playing games, but the problem that they have as related to silver is there's not enough silver available. It's a critical metal. But I got news for you. Gold is a critical metal on a currency basis wise. So we've got two areas that people should be looking at, and what they're getting a taste of right now is up and coming attractions with the amount of debt we carry as related to the stock market. And I said before, Brandon, and we talked about it on a show weeks ago, I said, nobody's going to warn you about the market correcting ourselves. And we said on that show 6 weeks ago, the market's going to correct itself. It's way too high. Here we are, 3,000 points later. Whose broker called them? Okay, we told you. I'm saying right now that you're going to see currencies and debt going nuts, especially with the digital currency situation, and fluctuations are upon us. Currencies will affect the price of gold, and gold will protect your estate if you're smart enough to do so while you can and take advantage of these drop temporarily in prices. And on silver, you've got manipulation that won't last. And so I'm looking at silver heading back up to over 100, 120, 130. I still stand by my prediction of 6,000 year end on gold. Maybe better if the Democrats win, or the socialists win, as I call them. But we're in a terrible situation of debt. And quite frankly, President Trump isn't dealing with it. He is actually expanding it. So, their way of dealing with debt is either through tariffs or building up the economy. The problem is when we've got too many balls in the air, including AI, and we're losing jobs. So we've got to get out of this Iranian situation and focus on things that will hopefully help deal with debt, deal with jobs, but it's not going to change the need to balance your portfolio and protect yourself. We've talked about it, and you're living it right now. All of our people out there are living it. So don't wait for your broker to call you when all the blood is laying on the ground, when all the trash is laying everywhere. That's when you'll hear from your broker telling you to buy on the dip. Really? Seriously?
Let's go to a clip by U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville warning about how broke the American government is and how about 150 million Americans, they may not see their Social Security checks. Watch this. Here we go.
All a scam. I mean, we got people that's getting ready to retire that's going to try to live off $2,000 to $3,000. Impossible. It's impossible. Because what happens, it comes up here, we spend it. We're $35 trillion in debt. We don't have any money. We're dead broke. And then taxpayers have $2 trillion in credit card debt. In this body, we had better start figuring that out, because we're going to have a run on this city here soon, and there's going to be about 150 million people coming up here saying, where's our damn money that we paid in? I could have put my Social Security money 40 years in tax in the market and probably be worth 8 to 10 million today. But the federal government wasted it. This is all
that's fascinating. We, I don't know, a year and a half ago, toured the home of Andrew Jackson, who warned us not to get a central bank. He did away with it, got censured for it. We turned around and did a central bank anyway again in 1913. And as we were walking over his plantation, the Hermitage outside of Nashville, I said to Logan, I said, you know, there's a reason why these guys could become so wealthy. There's a few reasons, but one of them is they didn't have to pay the taxes we pay. Can you imagine if we didn't have to pay the federal government the taxes we pay, and we could take that and invest it as we see fit in our own business or in the market or in a private company? And here's a U.S. Senator saying, look, if I had been allowed to take my Social Security tax and put it in the market over 40 years, it'd probably be worth $8 to $10 million. America should be the most affluent country in the world beyond imagination. Almost every American that wants to be a millionaire could be a millionaire if the federal government had not enslaved all of us. We have slavery in America still. I thought it got outlawed, but it didn't. But you could literally, if you worked hard and you saved and you conserved, almost anyone in America could have been a millionaire or multimillionaire if it weren't for the federal government.
Well, there's a few people who said the truth in the past, and that is Social Security is a Ponzi scheme. They borrow all the money every single week to pay us. It's not just the fact of the 2,000 or 3,000, you can't live on it. You can't live on it because you can't live on it with costs. Reality is that Social Security literally, and I think Zach Rahm Emanuel's brother, Zeke Emanuel, was the only honest person when he talked about Obamacare. And somebody said, well, how come this doesn't go beyond 75, 76? And he says, you don't need to live longer than that anyways. The biggest thing with Social Security is they hope you die, literally, because your wife doesn't get the money or your husband doesn't get the money. It all goes back to the government. It is circular. But the problem of the people is we're in the middle. To me, it's not going to change. Don't expect it to change. The only thing you can do right now is be one-dimensional. Nobody talks about it. Nobody protects themselves. The founders put us under the gold standard. I said it before, and I'll say it again. So people in Washington could not spend more money than they had gold in Fort Knox. We lived wonderfully well under that for 200 years almost. We went off of it. We are now 40 trillion. I don't believe it's 39. Probably it's 40 already. 40 trillion in debt. And reality is that the problem is not getting better. It's getting worse. So you have to be proactive. This is your money. We just had a lady who has an account with one of the brokerage firms who wanted to take a small amount of money of her portfolio out. And they not only told her by law she has to tell them what she needed it for, which was a lie. It's an in-house situation. But when she refused to tell them, they called her children and told her that she's mentally unstable. I mean, are you kidding me? This is like Cuba on steroids in this country. So this is a financial brokerage firm. They don't want to give you your money back. They want to control your money. Take control of your money while you can, before you can't. They're not here to help you.
No, they're sure not here to help you. All right. So we haven't heard from you in a couple of weeks due to our schedule and your schedule. What do you want to tell the audience other than you've already told them when it comes to precious metals and your IRA?
Well, I can say this. We talked about the fact of having physical metals in your portfolio to control yourself. It's your money. You're creating your own bank. And then on the other end, low-hanging fruit. What is low-hanging fruit that the government has a roadmap to? They can pull it up your retirement plan. If you don't think they don't want to do the European model and nationalize this, the socialist Democrats, as they call themselves Democrats, are salivating to get a hold of that 50 to 80 trillion dollars in retirement money and take hard dollars that you control for you and your family and put it into their coffers. Reagan created precious metals IRAs 40 years ago for one reason, to protect you from this. And the clients that we have are protected because they don't have direct access to your money. But everything you have, annuities, bonds, stocks, mutual funds, CDs, they can snap their fingers and pull that away from you in a heartbeat. They cannot take your physical asset that quickly. They have to go to court, and that gives you a window of opportunity to protect yourself. Now, you can do something about it and take action with your retirement plan that you have while you can, because the first thing they will do, like a musical chair, is move all the chairs. Stop your ability to move it. That's what will be the first step. And it's starting already. In 401ks, you used to be able to move it as many times as you wanted after 59 and a half. You know how many times now you can move it, Brandon? Once. What comes before one? None. Okay? We're already getting there. Pay attention before it's too late.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Get your free packet of information. Free, no obligation, 1-877-864-1072. I've been working with this company for 18 years. 1-877-864-1072, worldviewgold.com. By the way, one reason I like working with Swiss America is because everything I've seen about them in that 18 years has been upfront. Obviously, they have a building, they have employees, they have expenses, but we hear about some of these gold companies out there charging exorbitant fees, huge fees. Whereas Swiss America, you guys do about what, a 14%? Is that right? 14%?
Yeah, that's for the numismatic. And also the biggest thing for people to understand, we're finding out from a lot of worldview people, is return and buyback. We have not missed a repurchase in 46 years. 46 years. And we don't charge to buy back on those. People right now know it. They just don't have an issue. They call us up because there are other companies they did business with tell them, well, we'll either sell you another product or we can't take all of it back, or some other ridiculous statement. People are in business. When I started off as a stockbroker, I turned to my boss. I said, why is there a bid and an ask? And he looked up and he said, look at the lights. That's what we pay for, to keep the lights on. So it's the same thing here at Swiss. We have a bid and an ask. That's what you pay us. We don't hide it. We disclose everything. And, these other companies, they call a duck a dog and a dog a duck, and it's, whatever. You get what you pay for. We've been working with you, Brandon. I watched a lot of your hair fall out. And, at the end of the day, I watched the kids grow up and the motorhome breakdown and all the various different times we went through things. But, people have to appreciate getting good news, good information that they need to support from Worldview. And what we try to do is do business with us or not. We don't tell you to empty your bank account out. We don't tell you to take every dime and give it to us. We tell you to protect yourself, be proactive. And that's what we're glad to do and what we're happy to do every single day. Thank you.
You bet. I don't give financial advice. I give financial opinion. My opinion is you should do your own homework. And again, there's a reason why Swiss America has been around for so many years. How many years you guys been around? 40-something?
46, almost 46 years.
46 years. And I've been working with them for 18 of that. You make an order, it shows up. Okay? There's no games here. And again, in 18 years, we've gotten so many wonderful reports from our viewers who've done business with Swiss America. So again, I highly recommend them. 1-877-864-1072, worldviewgold.com. They've been a major sponsor for years. And again, they tell you up front, this is our pricing. Here's what you're going to get. And they haven't missed a buyback in those 46 years. So there you go. You want to buy it and then turn around and sell it? They're going to be there to buy it. Okay? They have a track record that shows that's going to be the case. Closing comment?
Yeah, well, Jolly got a new jacket. We
He
need to have her
did. Thank
model
you,
that.
and thank you for
Yeah.
giving her that jacket. We'll have to get us some video and
Very
photos.
fashionable. Very fashionable. Look.
I will get the jacket on her and take some videos, and we'll show it on the air.
There you go.
She's hiding right now. She's hiding right now because it's thundering out. She's scared of thunder.
There you go. Please get in touch. If you have any questions, you need any help, let us know.
All right. Thank you, Michael. Michael Weiner checking in, guys. All right, guys, that's our broadcast. Roll the music. Let's call it a night. And again, I want to thank all of you that are faithfully supporting us. And please, if you're not, will you please consider even $10 a month, $20 a month? It does add up. I know some people have said, oh, I would give, but I don't think $10 a month is going to do much. And we try to tell them back by email, no. When you add your $10 to 100 other people's $10, it starts to add up real fast. So please never underestimate even small contributions. Worldviewfoundation.com, worldviewfoundation.com. It's good to be back. Thank you for being with us. May God save America. Take care.